and welcome to the Derailed podcast. I am your host, Brahim Khalif, and joining us today is Muhammad Yusuf,
Hello, wallah.
Hamid,
Hey.
Omar,
Hello.
and our own very personal editor, Suhaib.
Yo.
And today's topic is going to be the death, quote-unquote, of video games.
The rise
How
and
the-
fall of video games.
The rise and fall of video
Yours
games.
eyes.
And how the number of players is decreasing in certain games and increasing in other games.
Truly.
Yeah, I mean, you guys can start. Don't be embarrassed.
Okay, I just want to say real quick, there has been a huge decrease in some video games. For example, I want to start off with Halo Infinite. Halo Infinite started great. It just dipped down so low. It's
But,
incredible.
man, here's the thing: from a game
Like,
from
It dipped
different
down.
games, every game I think has its reason. But Halo Infinite specifically, I like Halo. I played the Halos up until 4. God knows I don't play 5. I didn't play 5. Nobody should play 5. Halo Infinite is not Halo, and I can see why it decreased. Like, I played the campaign, it was fun, but the multiplayer just felt like I'm playing Call of Duty with a Halo skin.
I'm gonna disagree with that point because
Why?
the multiplayer for Halo Infinite to me felt like a good combination of Halo 3 and Halo Reach. So I had so much fun playing it.
I'm not saying it wasn't fun. It was
that's-
fun, but like seriously, a combination of Reach and 3.
That's how I
Now
saw
here's
it.
the thing. That can be your opinion, but what is the general fan base's opinion on the new Halo?
So the issue with Halo Infinite, what had a lot of backfall, is the biggest thing, and I think what makes Halo, not what makes Halo, but very important core thing for Halo, is co-op multiplayer, which it still doesn't have, which makes no sense. Because that's a
Is that
feature
really-
from day one.
Is that really a big feature that's just like
To be fair,
caused the
I see-
big
I-
decline?
To be fair, I don't know if it's about I don't know if that's the reason of the decline in number of players in Halo, for example. But I know that's a big feature in Halo, and the fact that Halo Infinite doesn't have that is fucking retarded.
So I'm gonna
So, like,
give a little bit of an addition to the conversation, and someone asked, I believe Hamid asked, what do people think about the Halo? And I'm looking at the Steam reviews, and I know this is not like every opinion on Halo, but it has quite a bit of
But you-
reviews on it.
You get the general idea.
Yeah, and it seems like on Metacritic it's around an 8 with 5,000 ratings, and
An 8?
yeah, an 8. And
Out of 10 or 100?
An 8, but are those are those user reviews? Or,
no, user reviews. I'm not talking about the critic reviews. I'm looking at user reviews.
Yeah, alright.
Okay.
Fuck critics.
And on Steam, which has a lot more user ratings, it has 144,000 user ratings, and it's a 73%. It's a positive review overall, but it's a 73%, and it's actually lower than I
Yeah,
thought. And I
It is because
I would like to
I
add
think
one
it's
more
high
thing.
ratings.
I'd like to add one more thing. On the recent reviews, which is only around 2,000 reviews, it's mixed. So I think it's getting a little bit more negative over time. I don't know.
Because like the core of it, like because when you start playing it is a Halo, like you know what I mean. And like when I first started playing it is fun and I'm having fun. It is a Halo game, but it doesn't have like I know you guys, I know some of you guys played Halo a lot, but like it doesn't have that long lasting multiplayer Halo thing. You know what I mean? When you play multiplayer over and over again, and it feels a lot like Call of Duty most of the time. But really, other than Halo, really, like, so like what other games?
Oh, and as well, we got Apex Legends revenue dropped by 2/3 in the past 2 months.
Revenue dropped, but this could also mean because aren't they adding like a lot of new modes and features?
Not that much,
Not
to be honest.
No, yeah, right, yeah, really. The only thing Apex added was that
Arenas.
control,
Arenas and control.
arenas and control, and
Was there a big player drop in Apex?
Oh yeah.
oh yeah,
Like
How
I,
big?
I,
Surprising.
I remember back last year when season 9 dropped, the server were so full you couldn't even log in. It was overcrowded.
Yeah.
At the moment, like yesterday, season 14 dropped, and there are barely any players. Like uh, I waited for a queue today for like I don't know 5 minutes to get into a match. I don't know. That's not.
That is a lot. That is a lot.
That's a lot for Apex.
Yeah, that is a lot for Apex. And really, like Apex didn't change shit. And I wanted, and I like when I was when
Maybe that's
when
why. Maybe that's why the player count dropped. It just got stale. There's not enough change. There's only so much you can do without
Yeah, but
like
like you got
significantly changing up the game.
yeah, but you got games that are like getting more players, but they're not really changing much. And I think perfect example of that is Fortnite.
I
I
mean,
know
to be
I know the
fair
number of
to,
players
to
in
be
Fortnite is increasing, and
yeah,
it's
to be
literally the
fair
same
to
fucking game.
Fortnite, it's like I've dropped off with Fortnite, and I think like when it was still in beta,
Hmm.
right? But I do remember like they have like these Fortnite events. They have like these big deals with Marvel, and they would have like this one time thing that would happen. I think like they would have like a concert, like a Fortnite concert in game, right? Like there's these little like event like things
Mm.
that keep it interesting, right? It's not necessarily like day in and day out. It's the same. Like there's always something to look forward to. Is there ever a moment where you're playing Apex at any one of those 14 seasons where you go, like, oh, I can't wait for this to happen?
Like
See, one thing we should mention about these multiplayer games nowadays is that if you think we're talking about Halo Infinite, yeah, its numbers have been decreasing because I don't think it holds up to games like Halo 3 or Halo Reach that have been remastered for current console generations or backwards compatible in Xbox case. So those games, I think those values stick out more than some mechanics. Like for example, like you said, Khalif was saying it's more Call of Duty than it is Halo. It's because Call of Duty is what's been popular after Halo 3 came out, and there was a gap between Halo games.
But
Okay.
do you think nostalgia has an effect?
Okay. So,
And
so
and the reason I say that is because like Fortnite was one of the I'm sorry, I'm gonna turn it up to you here, but like Fortnite is one of the first battle royale games, right?
hmm
And I think Mustafa told me at some point that Halo 3 has actually more people playing it than Halo Infinite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think nostalgia has an effect here, or not nostalgia?
So
Like, you know what I mean? Because
it's
people don't want change that much.
so as you mentioned about Fortnite, about how the nostalgia works. For example, recently Fortnite, I think a few months ago, Fortnite had Naruto Shippuden characters in the game, or the way they tie things up with their like real life things that people would like, kind of would convince me to like, oh, I should buy this. For example, a while back they had an Ellen Ripley skin in the game, and you could play as a xenomorph. That
You
alone
were
made me
about to
almost
play the game, weren't you?
yeah. I was really about to reconsider playing the game. So nostalgia is the driving factor. I mean, for example, biggest example of nostalgia is Nintendo. All their games are
Oh
basically the
yes.
same. They're basically the same, except Breath of the Wild will give an exception. But every Mario game is the same. So nostalgia does sell. So to the point of Halo 3, it's the memories that people have made. I've been playing Halo 3 since 2007, nonstop. Since then, yeah, there have been other games, other shooters that come out, but there's something about Halo 3 that is
They-
nostalgic, but is just so well, perfectly balanced. It's just about skill, nothing else.
Yeah, like it makes you go back to it.
Yeah.
I don't know because like I like here's the thing I want to say. I'm sorry for mentioning nostalgia and putting Fortnite in the same sentence because it's fucking Fortnite and the game is not that old.
And no, there are like there are like 17-year-olds alive today that would go like, oh my god, I used to play that game all the time when I was like 15.
Oh my god, dude, the days, oh the memories.
That makes me feel so old.
I promise you, there are people out there. You can go to like YouTube comments that'll go like, oh my god, and, like Fortnite peaked at like season 2. Those were the days.
Yeah, no, I saw posts on Reddit about at some point Fortnite had like a huge cube in the middle of the map or somewhere in the map.
Oh
And I
yeah,
saw, and I saw a post on Reddit. It's like, who remembers this cube? It's like, motherfucker, that was a year ago. Don't make it. Don't make it sound like it's so old.
In internet years, that's like 10 years ago.
See, but that's what I mean.
I want to say the discussion is kind of looking at the woods and not the forest, and I think we're missing the big point. Is actually the player counts decreasing, or are they spreading out to different games? Now, I just looked at the stats for Apex Legends, and in fact, the player count is increasing by a crazy amount. Like August 8th, the stats, it's over 500,000 players. Just a week ago, it was 340,000, and it's never reached this high.
I think a huge part of that, especially for Apex, a huge part of that is because of the mobile release.
Yeah.
True.
Is it
But I'm looking.
recently?
I agree with that.
No,
I'm looking at the stats, guys.
Wasn't there also?
I'm looking at the stats, guys, because I'm looking at its trends, and it has been increasing a whole from this is November 2020, and it has not decreased since then. So this is not a trend on Apex Legends. I am looking, however, at different games. I'm looking at, for example, Counter-Strike, and Counter-Strike is fluctuating, but overall, it's still around its peak.
It is. I think your point is absolutely right. I don't think it's like the number of players is decreasing, because if anything, the numbers of players is increasing over the years. I think it's just spreading to other games, and I think it's just spreading to more mainstream games like Fall Guys, Fortnite. Like, I know for a fact PUBG took a hit.
Yes.
PUBG
Oh yeah, PUBG
this
decreased 90% overall.
Yeah, so PUBG is one we can talk
question.
about for a second. Because it had 3 million at its peak in 2018, but it had a lot more competitors, and now it's around 200,000, 300,000, something like that. So we can say, it's not like it's just players are spreading out to different games, which I don't think is a bad thing.
Okay, so I have a question. Now, you mentioned that after a week, Apex jumped to 500.
Yeah.
Now, is that because more people are interested in the game, or because a new season started, so they have new content to check out what's happening in the new season?
I don't think it's a new, because the new season just started today.
Yeah, but this is August 8th.
Yeah, it's August 8th, which is yesterday.
So,
in general,
it's most likely
there's
it is.
Peak.
Yeah.
There's peak for the players when season starts. Then it decreases drastically.
Yeah, big time. Same thing with Call of Duty. Same thing with Warzone.
Yeah, but
then again, Warzone took like the biggest hit on Earth when Vanguard released.
I want to say,
I know they have their hopes up with Modern Warfare 2.
I want to say we should just for 1 second see the trends in all the games in general, and I can say that the problem isn't that one game is dying or something like that, because the definition of what a game is dying is different from one person to another. But in general, I think we can summarize it in that they're all competing for one's resource, and that thing is limited, which is time. Every single game of the every single one of these games wants all your time. It wants you to play it infinitely, and that's impossible. There's no way I can play Apex Legends for 24 hours.
You can say they want you to play it Halo infinitely.
Thank you for coming to our episode. We're ending it here.
This is where we end up. Thank you very much.
I reject this notion.
But back to what Omar said. I'm gonna say, forget that point. About time. I think it's all about the battle pass system. Because how much time does it take for you to get the rewards in the battle pass per se? Because I know Apex takes some time to get the battle pass rewards for somebody that's not playing it 24/7.
Yeah.
But I know it's much easier on Warzone, for example. And I think that is a huge factor into Like just the battle pass system and the battle pass model and whatnot. I think that's a huge factor into like how many people are playing the game and if people are gonna leave the game or not.
Now here's a good question. How much money is the battle pass system really making? Are there genuinely a lot of people that are paying
Yes.
into the battle pass system? Are there really?
I mean,
Yeah.
Because
I think so.
battle passes are like $10. Like if you think about it, $10.
Can we just get a good? Can we just get a like quick Google search to see how much this battle pass system like generated in revenue?
I mean, yeah, let's check it out. Like, how much money do
Mm.
companies? I know for a fact
Because if
that like FIFA, not FIFA, EA in general makes so much money from the like microtransaction.
Oh, yeah, no, that they do. Yeah, that they do. That is without a doubt. They make a lot of money off of that. But the battle pass system, particularly the one in Call of Duty, it seems very doable. Like even if you're a casual like Call of Duty person, okay, like if you play on the weekend, you can genuinely go through a bunch of it, okay, and unlock a good chunk of it.
Yeah.
So that's what makes me wonder is like, are there genuinely a lot of people out there that just pay the $10 just for cosmetics, right? That they can earn probably within the season.
I think.
Look,
I
I'm gonna
think
be
so,
like-
yeah.
I think you're
I'm gonna be
missing the
realistic
point.
with you.
I don't think they need
Mm.
all the players. I think they need because
Not all, just some. But
yeah, they
but
need
this is not even.
because this is a
Mm.
predatory practice. Like they've spoken about this. Like we've seen conferences about this. They hunt for what they call the whales, and they kind of prey on them. Like they make these
But this doesn't-
whales pay as much.
But
as
this doesn't
possible.
apply. Yeah, that's true, but that doesn't apply in the battle pass system because it's just a leveling system. And this is what you get when you reach this level, right? And this is what's gonna happen. All you're doing is expediting it.
But you're looking at it how you're looking at it from a perspective like, yeah, I'm just people are just paying the $10 and they're getting the stuff in the battle pass. Whatever you unlock in the battle pass. Yes, that is absolutely 100% correct. But
Mm.
you're missing the point. Like every single game that has a battle pass system. On the side, they're still selling skins.
Exactly.
And whatnot. Every
Yeah.
single
The battle
game.
pass is
Mm.
to hook you in, and then you start buying
Yeah.
the costume. By the way, when I said whales, I don't mean that only rich people buy this stuff. Like they actually hook in like normal people who get fucked over this.
Yeah, and they just end up spending too much on it. Like that applies for FIFA and their little card system thing. Yusuf, what was it
No.
called?
FIFA points.
Yes.
That's just what it's called.
Right,
It's like, well, where'd the originality go?
It's-
They might as well just call them soccer balls. You know what I mean?
Oh, you know that,
My
mate.
point is,
That's
like-
a cooler name, actually.
Actually, it is. That is actually more creative than fucking FIFA points.
No, here's the
They're
thing.
gonna
like,
change it soon.
It makes sense.
They're gonna change it soon because they lost the FIFA license.
No, here's the thing. With the
Now
here's
it's
the
just
thing. With
EA
the
points.
like this whole idea of hooking in the whale, that would make sense in the FIFA context. Because what is it? You're literally opening booster packs of players. Okay, are you gonna get this player? Are you not gonna get this player? Who knows? You buy
No.
this expensive booster pack, you might get this.
See,
Go ahead.
I'm gonna disagree with you because the way that FIFA does it is different than your regular battle pass. Because FIFA doesn't have a
Okay.
battle pass system that like
It doesn't.
Fortnite. It
Mm.
doesn't. But the FIFA points are
Mm.
purely microtransaction. You can get those points. You can get those players by just playing the game, which is completely different
Yes.
than Fortnite.
Yes, but
Because
it is-
Fortnite,
but it-
because games like Fortnite, they lock certain skins behind the battle pass. For example, if you want to get the Wolverine skin, like when they did the whole X-Men Marvel crossover, you had to get the battle pass. That was the only way to get Wolverine. So the way they hook you in, like, oh, you really want this character? It's just $10. You get all of this as well. You buy your battle pass now, you get bonus XP, you get this instant skin right now.
But here's what makes FIFA worse though, because you can go for those really high caliber booster packs, right? For players, cool. That is literally pay to win. You are literally paying to give yourself more of an advantage to have a chance to get a good player that actually affects your performance, right?
Yeah, and
You can
that's what I'm telling you is the difference. Because you're comparing it to the battle pass. Battle pass is not play to win; it's play for skin.
True, but,
Okay,
but
I'm just-
it can be manipulated, by the
my
way.
point.
Like, for
Yeah,
example,
but my point is, it's. Go ahead.
for example, like in Warzone, there's a skin called Rose, which is basically she's just wearing black with a black mask and everything. So in the shadows, you cannot see her at all. So it can be manipulated to be pay to win when it's only cosmetics, you know?
Yeah, but like this
Yeah, but
is edge cases. Like right now, we're going to edge cases. Like I don't think they meant it as a pay to win when they did it. I mean,
It kind
Mhm.
it kind
Where,
of is.
whereas FIFA, it's quite blatantly in your face.
yeah, I mean,
oh,
it's a
100%.
Oh yeah.
player.
100% FIFA is win to play. 100%.
Mm.
This is why those big Twitch streamers who play FIFA have such a big following. It's because they have the money to throw at FIFA points to get these exclusive packs. So one thing FIFA does is they have something called Team of the Week or Team of the Season, where it gives you an opportunity to get all these big players. So
Mm.
by having that financial advantage over people, you get a chance to play those. So that's why Ultimate Team is 100% play to win. Like that's something no one can ever disagree with. Like if
I know there's.
if I turn on FIFA right now and I would decide to play online, my team against someone else's team who's been playing FIFA for God knows how long, they will have Ronaldo. They'll have Messi in the same team. They'll have all these big star players that you can only get if you play to win.
Mhm.
See, I want to.
No, there's.
I want to say. Here's the thing. First off, I think FIFA is a bad example when it comes to this because FIFA is the only game that I can think of that has a system where it's straight up pay to win from all the mainstream games. A game that I think would like help your point here, Hamid, is Overwatch. I don't know if you guys played Overwatch, but Overwatch it doesn't have a battle pass system, but you do have to unlock like it just gives you packs so you can unlock skins and whatnot. Occasionally, occasionally they give you like coins where you can buy the skin. You can buy a certain number of skins, and like the more rare the skin is, the more points it would cost. Here's the trick: any seasonal skin, like they have skins for Halloween or Christmas or whatnot. Any seasonal skin cannot be bought. It has to be you have to unlock it through the pack. That's where they get their money. Because I see a lot of and every season in Overwatch, I see a lot of Twitch streamers or a lot of YouTubers where like they would buy like 50 packs, and then they would unlock them. They would unbox them, right, hoping to get one of the skins. And like out of 50 packs, there's this one YouTuber that I'll never fucking forget. He opened 50 packs to unlock once. I think this season had like four rare skins, right, like legendary skins. Out of 50 packs, he unlocked one. Right? So at this rate, he had to buy, on a technicality, he has to buy 200 so he can unlock 4 legendary skins. That's where they make their money. Same thing.
Here's the fun question. Here's the fun question with these. Here's the fun question with these battle pass systems and these like card pickings, right? Do you think? I think because this was a big case in Europe at some point where they wanted to label any game that has microtransactions of this kind as gambling, and that would even boost up the age rating of the game, right? Would it be fair to call this a form of gambling?
Yes. The answer is yes.
It is.
You are playing a game of chance to get a something that you really want. However, the only thing that separates it from, let's say, a poker game or whatever, a casino, is that you're not getting any money out of it, which actually makes it worse, by the way.
You're gambling, but there's really no reward. You spent $500, but you got, like, the pink color skin.
I mean,
so there you go.
I mean, when Las Vegas goes like, yeah, we're not that bad. Yeah. So I do think it is.
I don't know. But
what about the rest of you? Would you consider it? Would you consider it a form of gambling?
It is definitely. Again, in
100%.
FIFA's case, it is definitely 100% gambling. Because again, you're playing so you can get like whatever player that. I don't fucking know soccer. You're getting like the god of
Okay,
soccer.
first, I'm gonna stop you right there.
The god of soccer.
I know I'm not. I know I'm not supposed to interrupt you. The correct term is god of football.
You're getting Messi or whatever, whoever the fuck, right? Like you're paying all that money so you can get the whatever, man. Who cares about FIFA other than you?
I'm giving you credit for naming him right.
Oh, you give me. Oh, I'm sorry, but still.
Why are you
fuck
attacking me?
FIFA.
Why are you attacking me? Good job, Khalifa. Hey man, fuck you.
But I'm saying, in FIFA's case, I feel like it's 100% gambling. But like in other games, Warzone, LOL, Overwatch, all that shit, it is purely cosmetic. And there are the skins like Sohaib said, there are the skins that give you a little bit of an advantage, but like it's such a tiny advantage, and most likely
But
those
it
skins
is.
are gonna be banned.
But no,
in
like I
professional.
think we should wouldn't you set a guideline of like if you're exchanging real life currency to have a chance to get some of these cosmetics, wouldn't that be gambling? Like if you're paying and you get what you want, that's not gambling, okay? But if you're paying and it's it's a draw of chance of you might or you might not get it, shouldn't that be considered gambling?
I mean, yeah, but like it's not like you're going for anything because gambling. Again, gambling, you're putting in money so you can get more money, right?
Okay, how
Like
about
would it really be considered gambling if you go to the casino, for example, right? And you put in the money and there's a chance you're gonna get like a free meal. You know what I mean?
No,
Like,
okay.
is that really
Okay,
gambling?
okay, fine. You know what? Okay, we'll call it something else. We'll call it dumb gambling.
I mean, I just want to say, like, why I think it's gambling is because it has all the harmful effects of a game of gambling. You know, the mentality that a person gets into when he's playing these games, like the whole win and losing. Like you win once and you like, I want to play more, and you keep playing until you lose too much. And that happens a lot. This is how they get their money.
Mm-hmm.
So this is at
Gambling
least
addiction.
yeah, it is. It has the whole gambling addiction, and like, why are we separating it from normal gambling just because of the money? I don't know.
I don't know, but like I also I
Like,
want to
would you-
separate it from. I want to separate it
Would
from
you
normal
be-
gambling, just because
Would you be in?
like the biggest
would you be in
victims are
favor?
kids.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, sorry, I'm kidding. But like I'm just saying, because like their biggest victims, like I know what you're calling gambling, and I get it, but their biggest victims are usually kids.
Yeah, and that's worse.
Yeah, a
Yeah.
lot worse. You never know. Like one day, mom and dad are asleep, and then little Timmy goes into their bedroom, steals their mom's credit card, and oh my god, I spent $900. What the fuck?
I spent $900 on Roblox. What?
But
The
speaking of
Like, no
little
joke.
Timmy, what is a Roblox? Are you doing the
Speaking of-
Roblox?
But speaking of pay to win, like the biggest example besides FIFA is GTA, where you can just like buy real money and you can have a tank and just terrorize everyone.
That is something else. I
But
think
in
at some
all,
point they
in,
built.
like in all, like I get what you're saying, and fuck GTA for this. But realistically speaking,
Well, to be fair,
Careful,
To be
careful! You're gonna put us on the ban
be-
list with Rockstar for saying that.
no, to be fair, it's not gambling because you pay for that and you get that, right? It's not like you pay $100 to get 8 million fake dollars, right? And then you might win a tank, right? If that was the case, then yes, 100%.
and on
That's
a
like you pay-
technicality, you can earn the money through gameplay. Like you can earn the in-game money through gameplay. Like it's not like the tank is locked behind real money. It's locked behind whatever GTA bucks or whatever they're called, shark something, shark code,
Shark
whatever.
cards, yeah. Shark
Yeah.
cards.
Shark cards. But like, yeah, you can get that through gameplay. Yeah, it will take fucking hours, but I don't.
And there's
know.
no chance, and
Like,
there's no,
I
and
don't
there's no
think GTA is,
chances, and there's no chances involved in this. It's like you have the money, you can get it, right? It's not like it's a pack. It's like, am I gonna get the tank? Am I gonna get the super rare edition tank? No, it's not that. That's why it's something else. It's a thing all its own. It's the closest thing to an in-game economy I can think of that's absolutely fucking broken.
Sims.
I would like to say one thing. I know I'm kind of like returning back to the original topic, but I have to say,
How dare you?
and actually it does connect to this topic too, and that is that we think that all of this is new, and like for example, the whole battle pass system, people, games vying for our time. The only thing that is different is that there's a lot more games in the field, and like a shit ton of more people playing these games. But this already existed back back in the early 2000s, even 1990s.
Early 2000s? Early 1990s?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, and I'm going to tell you what this was called. It was called MMO games. MMO games.
True.
Yeah, that's true.
They used to vie for our time. All they did, but the difference was they vied for our time by making very big expansions. This is the difference.
Yes. Yeah, that's the thing.
I know.
But
the
that's
general
called the
idea,
DLC.
I know. So I know. I'm with you, man. It's called a DLC, but it used to be, and this is. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you, like for example, World of Warcraft. Like World of Warcraft has died down from its peak, and a lot of people moved on to different games. But the reason why it died down is from two reasons actually. It's from the players themselves, and the second is from the whole the way the game was being made now. What I mean by the players, I mean gamers are pretty much an all-consuming void. They want things to consume. They want more games. They want more entertainment, and you can't keep on.
Are you sure there's?
Yeah.
Can I interject and say, like, are you sure there's no other reason? Did they all not just get girlfriends around this time, or?
No, they did not. They're all lonely.
Dude. A very quick sad story, right? One of my friends still plays WoW. That's not the sad part.
Yeah. That is the sad part. That is the sad part, by the way. That is the sad part.
That was
That is
tragedy.
technically a sad part, yes. But that's not even the saddest part.
Okay.
One of my friends still plays WoW, and he does those raids and whatnot, and he has like a full team like of 20 people, a bunch of healers, and whatnot. Here's the thing that's sad. Two of those people are actually married in real life, and they'd be sitting next to each other. It's a dude and his wife, and they'll be sitting next to each other playing the raid. I found that the saddest, like that is so, dude. Oh my god.
I found that I
That
find
is
that
adorable.
to be surprisingly I find that to be surprisingly uplifting.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Dude,
Find
wow.
love in WoW.
Like my
Kinda
problem
cute,
is
though.
WoW. Like play games together. I'm all for it. I'm happy for you guys. Play games together. But WoW, really? Like you're doing a raid? How's that romantic?
You never know. Maybe they met on WoW.
like I know people who like I used to play WoW, and yeah, I know, sad me. But a lot of people used to like celebrate their weddings in WoW after they actually got married. Like it was crazy. Like no joke, people lived their lives there, man.
That's very cost efficient.
I mean, no, they actually did a whole marriage, but like they celebrated with also the players. Yeah, it's crazy, but it was like that.
Did they have them? Did they have them like a Zoom meeting? Oh, I'm sorry, they didn't have Zoom back in the day. They have like a Skype meeting.
No, it was AOL chat.
Yeah.
Oh,
it was on the chat. Yeah, it was on the chat. We did have a voice chat too. Yeah, but yeah, it was sad.
They posted on their Friendster.
What was
What was the point?
But yes, your point was that the two reasons.
Yeah. It was like
It went down.
players are this all-consuming void, right? Like they wanted more content, and games they were trying to make more content, but like there's a limit to how many expansion packs you can make. Eventually, it's gonna start going crazy. You're gonna like the whole story won't make any sense. I mean, they fucking bought pandas in World of Warcraft. Yeah,
That was the downfall of World of Warcraft, if I'm not mistaken. That's when the number of players started dropping. The
I'm not.
Pandia or whatever the.
I mean, it peaked, I think, at Lich King. Anyways, that's not the point.
Cataclysm. I know it peaked at Cataclysm. Everybody was talking about Cataclysm. That's the only one I actually remember, other than Lich King. Cataclysm. But then they released the Panda shit. I don't know, Kung Fu Panda or whatever, and like that's when it like free fall.
Yeah, because fucking pandas, man, doesn't make any sense. But like that's the whole thing. Like they had to make new expansion packs. It doesn't make sense as a story. It doesn't make sense as a lot of like. It doesn't make sense in like anything. and that model, there's a limitation to it, and that's why you have like things like Fortnite, where like they don't make big expansion packs, but they make small events or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
And that seems like to be easier to do, and it would satiate the players' never-ending need for more content. That's what I'm
Go.
saying. Yeah, go on.
Speaking of MMOs, I really want to talk about this.
Okay.
Speaking of MMOs, you know, the most wished most wished game on Steam right now. It's an MMO, by the way. It's
What is
higher
it?
than everything. It's called The Day Before. Okay? So this game is from a studio called Fantastic. It's a very, very sketchy studio. Like the first game they released was in 2017. It's called The Wild 8. It did well, kinda, but then they started to see a decrease in the player base like a week later. So they just said, you know what, guys, we sold the game to the publishers, so we won't support it anymore. Then they released another game called Dead Dozen. That game, if you go to the a fantastic website, that game no longer exists in their portfolio because it was so bad. They just deleted the servers and everything for that game. You cannot even buy it. I think you can buy it. I'm not sure.
How bad are we talking? Are we talking Green Lantern bad or Morbius bad?
Oh, it's worse. Like
Wait. What's
at
the difference?
at its peak, at its peak, 84 players. That's the peak. That's the release.
84 players?
84 players. Yeah.
Yo.
Oof, all 84? Holy shit! Like,
All
we're talking
84.
double digits here.
Yeah.
Goddamn.
So
Damn.
what
I mean, that's more people than any game we have.
what's
We
sketchy
would think
about
to
it?
come out.
The Day Before looks absolutely gorgeous. It does not look like an MMO. It's a horror survival, but it's an MMO. Like
I saw gameplay after you told me about it.
it does not
There's
make.
no way. There's no fucking way that game is an MMO.
It's too good to be true. Too good to be true.
You're
But if we want to go down that road, that's a whole different episode.
yeah.
Yeah, true.
Because if you're gonna talk about too good to be true, and people
No,
making crazy promises, I'm gonna give you the daddy of that, Star
I'm.
Citizen.
Killzone.
Oh yeah.
Wait, again, a topic for a
That's
different
for
day.
another episode.
Yeah, a
Next-
topic for a different day because
Next-
we're gonna go
that's-
down that rabbit hole and we're not
That's
gonna come out.
that's the next episode.
Tune in 4 months for the next episode.
In 6 months, hopefully, where we talk about games that are too good to be true.
But
But hey, topic change. A
Okay.
quick topic change. Indie games. I feel like indie games are actually putting in. I'm not gonna say putting in more effort,
they are.
but like
They are.
They are. They really are.
Because no, you
Don't
want to
sugarcoat it.
Because no, dude, you're not gonna compare like an indie studio to a AAA studio, right?
They're,
can't.
But I feel like, but I feel like we're getting a lot of way more. You know what I mean? Way more better indie games than
they're more
AAA
more
games.
creative.
Here's the thing.
They're more creative.
Here's what I think. Here's what I think with these indie games. I think generally they are becoming more and more interesting. They've always been interesting, by the way. They've only lacked one thing that some indie games are getting today: marketing. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Like the latest indie game I can think of would be Stray, and although it's made by a small studio, I think, if I'm not mistaken, it is their first game
Yes,
that they
first
published,
game.
right?
Yeah.
Yes, right. But here's the difference between this particular indie game and other indie games that you can find on Steam, right? This one had really good marketing.
And a porno.
Like Sony backed this game hard,
And a porno.
Oh,
baby.
Right.
yeah, true.
Yeah.
and it was for free. So Sony guaranteed them money, anyways, right? That is the difference. I think a AAA game is a game that has a huge development budget, which I don't think games like Stray have. Right?
Yeah.
But they did have a very good marketing budget.
I mean, it's just the
So I
concept,
think-
bro. Like, are you kidding me? Play as a cat. That's all they had to say to Sony, and Sony was like,
They didn't even have to release trailers. Like, if Sony just went on Twitter and wrote, "Hey, we're releasing a game where you play as a cat," that's all I need.
"You can
I'm
meow."
done.
But
I'll play
Yo,
that.
give me that.
But that is a concept that appeals to the mainstream because of its marketing. I mean, is this the only game that ever came out where you play as a cat?
I mean, I don't know, but
No.
it's a pretty good one.
It's not.
Biomutant. You played as a cat.
Yo, that's not
No,
a
you
cat.
don't.
Tokyo Jungle.
That's not a cat.
You play as a mutant.
That looks like a
Mutant
cat.
It's
There's
never a cat.
That's a
Actually, there was a Catwoman game.
So I think
You can play
indie
as a
games
cat.
really. So I think these indie games really all they really need at the end of the day
is marketing.
is just
Good
just
marketing.
marketing. Just, like, you know,
another thing about indie games, I feel like they have more leeway into going into the unknown. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like venturing
creativity.
into the unknown.
No.
More creative.
No triple A game is gonna try something different.
No.
No triple A game is gonna because they're spending so much money on it. So why not do something that we know is gonna sell?
Yo,
as opposed to
I gotta say, like, what you're saying is truth, but there's an exception to this one. Our buddy, Lord and Savior, Hideo Kojima. These guys give him a shit ton of money, and he does some crazy ass shit.
but this one
he
is
goes
like,
way too crazy.
Getting that.
honestly,
He's-
realistically, like Kojima is one like cracked in the head motherfucker, and I get it, and 100%. But he doesn't really venture into the unknown as much as we think he does.
What? Are you kidding me? The dude created genres. Who are we talking about now?
True.
Yeah, but you know what I mean? Like, okay, look at PT.
Mhm.
Look at PT. Right? It is a horror first-person shooter. Not shooter. Is it a shooter? Who cares? It's a horror first-person game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That is not really venturing into the, you know what I mean, into the unknown. Same thing with Metal Gear.
Maybe
He's stuck
maybe
with
we
the
got-
same system for
Oh,
God knows how
maybe
long.
we-
Okay.
No. What do you mean? What do you mean by the same system?
What are you talking about, man?
Like it's the same game. Yeah, he created a new genre. Yeah,
He created the stealth
Defend it,
genre,
I get
and
it.
then he was the first one to put stealth genre in a fucking open world. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, but it's the same game. I don't know.
He made a walking
Like, again, I'm
simulator.
not-
He made a
don't
whole
get me
game
wrong,
about
look,
walking
again.
simulation. Come on. He made
Look,
he made an
don't
Amazon
get me
delivery
wrong. I'm
service.
not saying.
He made an Amazon delivery
Look,
service.
Look,
game.
but here's
Okay.
here's what I'll
But
say
no one
about
had a
this.
Prime
But Hideo,
membership.
UPS the game.
no, but here's the thing about Hideo Kojima though. He is like the exception. He is the only one
Yeah,
that seems
yeah,
to get
yeah.
a
I
pass.
said that.
Have a
I said
huge
that.
budget. Mm.
They give him big budget.
Yeah, he's the only. Yeah, he's the only one that gets the pass. But how many indie developers really get that privilege, right? And he's well established, right? He's sold games. He's well known. His name is on the box of every game he makes, and he makes sure that you don't forget it.
He called him.
Right.
He called himself the voice of God in Metal Gear Solid.
He-
4.
Yes, he did. Right? And you get to see that the game was directed by... By the way, they made such a big deal about removing his name from the MGS5 box, but oh, did he fucking shove his name in every single mission.
Yo.
Every mission that you start.
Yo, if I'm getting
Good luck
fired,
editing that out.
look. Look, if a company is firing me, I'm throwing my name everywhere, yo.
I mean, to be honest,
was-
keeping his name after every episode is like the developer version of shitting on their desk.
I'm surprised there wasn't like graffitis and like the in-game levels just of Hideo Kojima was here. And
I'm surprised he
here. And
didn't
here.
tattoo. I'm surprised he didn't tattoo like HK on like Snake's forehead.
Yeah.
So every time you see it,
Yo, there's a mission where you save him. Are you kidding me?
oh my God. But
That's you
Hideo
saving him
Kojima
from
is like
Konami.
that. That would be an interesting game.
Though,
That would be a really
So
interesting
long.
game.
I want to confess something. I just
Yeah.
learned, like, 2 days ago, that PT means playable teaser.
Oh, really?
Yo. What was I
God
thinking
damn
it
it,
meant?
Floyd.
What was I thinking it meant? I don't know.
God damn it, Sloyd. Wait, Amma, did you just figure that out?
Yeah.
Oh my God!
Really?
Yeah.
What is wrong with you people?
Well,
Do you think?
That was weird calling
I
Ibrahim.
feel like...
What?
Go ahead.
Khalifa. It's like the equivalent of when I jokingly told you Yin Sid backwards is Disney.
It was just-
And you acted,
that-
and you were surprised.
That blew my mind. That blew my fucking mind. Cause I never like why? Who would? Then again, who figured out that Alucard is Dracula backwards? But whatever.
Someone who knows their alphabet.
Yeah.
Hideo Kojima, and obvious things aside, right?
Die Hard.
Back,
And
back to
Death
indie
Stranding.
back to indie games. There is this thing that like here's the thing. There's this indie game. There's this indie game that's coming out that like this is I'm super hyped about it, and it is the best thing that's ever gonna happen this year. Metal Hellsinger.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
You will never ever see a AAA game pull off something like Metal Hellsinger.
But let's be honest, it's not like you can make a full AAA game. Like there is no point to do that. To make a AAA game
But
I feel like a beat game, like a beat shooter. You get what I mean? Like why?
Yeah.
Why would I throw like I don't know $100 million on that kind of game? Like I can make it a lot cheaper than that. You get what I mean? There's no point in that.
True.
I mean,
like
for
you
me,
can, you can try to drag more people in, because like obviously Metal Hellsinger is basically made for people that are really into metal music.
Yeah,
so, like,
and that's
that
already
can
niche.
Keep on the beat.
That's already niche, man.
True.
All I'm saying is like you can try to drag people in. You can try to drag more people in. But like if you want to drag more people,
Yo,
if you
metal
want to drag more
fans
people in, then stop
don't
being
want new
metal.
people. They're gatekeepers.
Yeah, good point. Yeah, good point.
no, but here's the thing. I feel like maybe these big publishers should sometimes just take the time, right, to maybe look at possible like indie developers out there. Maybe they can open a program where they can submit like what they've worked on so far. They don't contribute to the development budget of theirs. Maybe just a little bit if it's absolutely essential, if they believe in the concept that hard, okay? But these big publishers should have no creative input on these indie games, right? And all they're going to help out with
Funny you
mainly is
mentioned
the
that.
market.
Funny you say
Right?
that, because even though we shit on EA a lot, they did publish some indie games, like Two Yarns, I think it's called, those weird little red and blue yarn people,
Yeah.
Oh,
and
okay.
a way out, and what was the game that we played recently, Hamid, with the puppets?
The
The one with the mom and dad as a puppet.
Yeah, the divorce simulator.
Yeah.
Divorce simulator.
Divorce simulator.
every one of us played the game. Come on, guys. It's something about two.
We can't remember.
Yeah,
It
it takes two.
Yeah, it takes two. It takes two.
It takes two. It takes two.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that one. So what I'm saying, like EA, like lately, big publishers have been looking at indie games. Okay, we'll help you with marketing and funding. For example, like Sony helped publish an indie game called Shenmue 3 recently, a few years back.
Right? It's
Yeah.
such a niche game.
One of the fastest crowdfunded games, so niche. How did they know it was gonna sell? Oh my god.
It has a unique art style.
It inspired so many games.
Yeah, it has that unique art style of bad.
Yeah, it lives the testament of time. That's as a famous philosopher told me once. Back in the day, was this thing.
Must have been a really cool game. I wish I got
Right?
players.
Damn.
You can't.
I'm sure it wasn't a boiling pot. I'm sure it wasn't a boiling pot.
No,
of
it
disappointment
wasn't.
and despair. I'm sure it was everything. I'm sure it
Yo,
was
wasn't he
everything
planning
that
like 10
Japan
games or some
was.
shit?
Oh yeah, I've heard. Yeah, I've heard
Planning
that
10
was
games, you even planned the one that just came out.
It's like the Avatar.
Does
release.
Nintendo release any indie games?
They are all indie.
No, but people.
Oh,
They do. But by the way, they do. I can't name right now, but they release quite a bit of indie games. Yeah, actually, they support indie games maybe more than the rest of the publisher. The three.
See,
Microsoft.
I disagree.
Go on.
I disagree with one thing. Yes, Nintendo does probably help indies games more, but lately, no, actually no. PlayStation started the big indie push, in my opinion. Well, there's like a year of like dry spell. We didn't have any good games.
Seriously, I
Like-
think Microsoft did it. Dude, with the Xbox 360, I still remember the days where like Super Meat Boy, Castle Crashers, Limbo.
No. I agree with you. I agree
Yeah.
with you. I'm saying so. Sony started the push, but not as a big push that Microsoft did with Xbox at ID. They made a really huge push. But PlayStation just started the ball rolling.
I think the biggest push for like quality indie games back in the day was literally on when
Yeah.
Xbox Live Arcade was
Oh,
a thing. That was when they were like that's the Renaissance. When indie games were kind of when
Which game?
Doritos Crash Course.
But
Oh my god.
Doritos Crash Course
That's
2.
not an indie game. That's a
Two.
AAA title right there. Game of the year.
Mm.
It needs a remaster.
Didn't
Well, that was the last time, like, indie games, like, these indie games, like, that's, like, the ideal, like, having these indie games be made by small teams, and they just have a big marketing push by these platforms. That would be ideal.
I
For
think
these indie
right
games
now
to get their moment in the
they
sun.
do events for indie games, specifically indie games, where you can actually play these games. I forgot what it's called, but it happened around around June when they were doing the summer thing, and they also
I
did.
think it's called the E3.
No,
No, E3 is no longer games. E3 is just
Actually,
cringe
question about
talking.
something. So now lately, indie games have become a thing. What's your opinion on Digital Devolver? I think that's what they're called.
oh,
Oh my god, weren't they the ones that made the Kinect
They're the ones who-
game with Van Gogh and...
No. They're the ones who published Hotline Miami.
Ah, seriously?
Digital Developer? Or, let me look it up.
Digital Devolver Digital.
Yes,
Devolver
yes,
Digital,
yes.
Seriously,
that.
they made Hotline Miami?
I think so, if I'm correct. But I'm probably
Dude.
wrong
If they're
But
the ones, that's a fucking great game. And like,
because
good on them.
they're not the developers. They're publisher. They're basically a publisher that only focuses on bringing indie games into a spotlight.
Yeah,
Dude,
they're
you
kind.
point-
want to talk about a publisher that mainly publishes indie games. What do you call it?
Annapurna, let's go.
There it is, Annapurna. Annapurna.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, they published a lot of great indie games.
Oh yeah, Tamauka, I think that's what it's called.
Outer Wilds, bitch.
He-
Outer Wilds. No one's talking about all this.
Yeah. Stray, the Artful Escape, even though the Artful Escape sucked, but that's none of my business.
That's one game I recommend to you.
Devolver
Play it
Digital
on
did.
the Xbox.
Devolver Digital does have some good stuff. They did Shadow Warrior 3.
Oh, let go!
Yeah, they
That
did.
is a good game.
They did the Pedro game. My name is my friend's name is Pedro or something.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Holy shit.
My friend's name is Ibrahim.
Death's Door. I don't know if you guys know about this one.
I'm literally playing Death's Door.
Oh, okay. Trek to Yomi, the samurai game, the black and
Great
white
game.
samurai game.
Yeah, I have it downloaded,
Alright.
and
Again,
I
I feel
played
like
an hour
those are
of
great
it.
games. Those are great
One
games.
day.
100%. And I'm with you 100%. But, like, Annapurna really, like, blew it out of the water.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
Hamid,
I'm
you
with
know,
you on that.
Annapurna did 12 minutes as well.
Annapurna did 12 minutes.
Yeah.
Last stop.
Really?
Last stop, yeah.
Outer Wilds.
Stray.
Telling Lies.
Neon White,
Last stop was
Solar
one.
Ash,
Solar
Neon
Ash.
White. Solar Ash.
The
They,
Pathless,
they made a lot of good games.
I am dead. Nah, it's not a bad game.
Gone Home.
Journey.
Journey.
Journey. Right.
So my question to the group:
Mm-mm.
Are big indie developers or publishers the new AAA developers?
No,
No.
Nah, I don't think they're the new AAA.
No.
it's
But I feel like
No,
they're getting...
They're more desirable, kind of.
Yeah, and
That's-
they're getting
that's
more
the word I was
recognition.
looking for.
They're getting more recognition.
That's what I meant. Yeah,
They're getting more
That's what I-
recognition than before.
that's what I mean from that point. Not like obviously not AAA. They don't have millions. They have like thousands probably.
I mean, at the end of the day, like being an indie developer, it's like a state of being. Once you get so big, right, and you become like the new AAA,
true.
you're
true.
no longer indie.
But I think
right?
like the philosophy is different. Like these guys, most of like when your publisher is AAA, what they want is more profits. Of course, I'm quite sure Annapurna wants profits, But if they're specifically
doesn't?
publishing indie games,
Mhm.
then the goal has to be different in this case. You know what I mean? It has to be that I want to make money. However, I want to spread games like these good games, new creative games. It's low risk, low reward. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But is it low reward as much as you say it is? Here's my question. Because like the some indie games make make a shit ton of money.
I mean, yeah. What is it called? Stray must have been hammed right now. Like everyone is talking about that game.
Yeah. And
Uh,
it
for
scored
me-
really well on.
But most of
Metacritic.
them don't sell, man. Come on.
Dude,
I mean,
the game that took me by surprise. I played it when it was only on PC, but to my surprise, a lot more people are talking about it. Hades.
That game.
Oh,
so
yeah.
not just Hades, but that studio itself, from Bastion to Transistor
Supergiant Games.
to all their
or
games.
something like that.
Yeah, that's the
Supergiant.
developer of the game. Supergiant, that's the developer. Their indie games, in my opinion, they stand out to me more than any other, even AAA games. With some of the things that they do, like for example, with Transistor, you have the spoilers. You have a sword that talks to you, but that voice comes out of your controller. Like they immerse you in a way that AAA games would do, but on an indie level.
Yeah, I actually agree because even the story of Hades is actually interesting, and the gameplay of Hades is actually different enough for it to be its own thing. Transistor's gameplay is, to this day, I haven't seen anything like it, or anything like I know there are similar games to it, but like to this day, I haven't seen anything like Transistor. Transistor was such a fun game, man.
It's incredible. I love it.
But I say, let's end it on this very good note.
Yeah.
Thank you all for listening to today's episode. We hope to release another episode in the next year or so.
But we won't make any promises.
Maybe 2 years. Maybe in 2 years' time.
4 months later.
The only promise we can make is we'll release an episode before Konami releases an MGS game.
Oh damn.
Oh
Oh damn.
No. Oh, that.
Yo, if
Oh,
they
yep.
reveal
That
a
hurt
new Metal Gear Solid
in a way.
game,
But
we
it's
better
true.
start working.
Bro, at that point, I record the episodes myself and just mimic all of them.
just cut up our
That's
voices.
a really good point, Musif. Thank you, Amar.
Just cut up our take some recordings of our voices and just make us say words.
So hey, when you're done, send me this video, the file, so I can chop up words and add it to the new episode.
Thank you all for
Perfect.
watching this episode of Derailed Podcast. Hope to see you in the next 2 years or so.
Yeah.